Hello everyone, Mike Rimland again here, the plant hunter at Costa Farms. That's hunter, not hunted. We're here today to talk about a new Calathea that we released in the last 6 months. The name on it that we call it is Calathea Pink Star. There is another name out there that's been roaming around in the industry. This is another one of those situations where when we named it Pink Star, we didn't know there was another name that somebody had put on it, a common name. And whichever common name seems to be the best one, we're okay with. We're sticking with Pink Star at the moment because that's how we are marketing the plant. The other name that's out there is called Crimson. So it is the same plant. The standout on this plant, as you guys know, I always like to talk about the tagline on a variety. It is a Calathea. We'll talk about some of the things that have to do with Calatheas in a second here, but the thing that's the tagline here is, this was the first Calathea that as it matured, it held the pink that's in the center. There's been actually quite a few of them that have been out there over the years that the pink, when they're very small leaves, size of a quarter, even to $0.50, they would have the pink, but as they matured, the pink would fade out completely, almost to a whitish, light pink color, but wouldn't be this strong. So this was, again, I don't know the exact history, I don't know if anybody does, but I don't, was a mutation, I'm pretty sure, probably of Calathea dotty. Could have been also Calathea Princess Jessie, which is probably a mutation of Calathea dotty. So this is another one of those, like Abbott and Costello, who's on first? No, who was on second? What's on third? So you probably heard that skit before. So, but this definitely is a very cool variety plant. Now, as far as Calatheas go, no difference than any other Calathea. The only good thing is if you like pink and this, also, I would say, somewhat dark blackish border, that's a very cool, home decor coloration that if it works for you, in your home and you like it. But as far as Calatheas go, just another Calathea with everything else. It does not like chlorinated water. It doesn't like chlorine. It doesn't like fluorides. It will cause some edge burning on the leaves if you're using water that in your city is city water that's, chlorinated really highly. And of course, most of that chlorine is pulled out before you ever get it. As far as indoor use, again, one other thing this plant, again, Calathea by the way, some people call it Calathea. We could do that again with all these Latin names. Calathea, Calathea, is spider mites. Definitely, they're all spider mites are attracted, actually mites, not even just spider mites, even European red mites and tumids and cyclons, all those type of mites they're attracted to something that's in the makeup of Calatheas. So you have to keep your eye on that, and you'll know probably it has spider mite that's been feeding on the underside of the leaf. If you look at the bottom, you'll see them crawling on it. That can happen. I've seen it happen in a month. I've seen it not happen in a year. So a lot of it has to do also with what other plants they're close by, or they might have the mites already, or if it's close to where they can get inside, like on a windowsill. So that's just something you have to deal with this type of plant with Calathea. Calatheas are kind of cool too, and another thing, they're in the Maranthiaceae family. They're, in that prayer plant family where, in the morning they go flat, and as nighttime comes, they kind of go up. So don't think you're crazy, but they do go up and down based on time of day. It's a great collecting type plant, but if it didn't have the color and all the different colors that exist on Calatheas, maybe they wouldn't exist as indoor plants. Low light-wise, though, they're great. Again, 3 feet or less from a window, no curtains or drapes, as I always mention. It's the best place to keep them where they'll thrive. You want them to survive and thrive, not be hanging on and go in the opposite direction, slowly dying. So the history on where I found this plant, actually, I originally found it, again, in Asia, but I ended up realizing that the mutation looks like came from somewhere else in Asia, from we think a plant laboratory, a tissue culture laboratory that had come up with the mutation themselves or had gotten it from somebody else. So, and that's about 5 years ago. This has been a slow one for us to develop. We do produce it from tissue culture. We also produce it from division, and it's just a slow plant for us. So. That's at least the history we have on the plant. I have, like I said, seen it as Crimson. I've seen it in the Netherlands as Crimson. So I know that, again, there's some other people growing it. But again, tagline on this thing is, this is really strong pink. So, and it's one of the more pinkish plants that we've seen before. So look for it in your stores and check it out. It's a very cool plant. Thanks for watching.